Time and time again, we see one of the criticisms of Palantir that Palantir's data is not secure, that Palantir has access to your data, that Palantir will use your data for some weird-ass shit that nobody really knows about. As a matter of fact, you have an entire political movement that shits on Palantir just because Palantir was founded by Peter Thiel, a political donor of the Republican Party, and best friends with Donald Trump. It's absolutely freaking absurd. All in all, nobody's paying attention that Palantir actually works. And that's not me saying that. That is literally the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom saying that Palantir works. Reducing wait times by 30%, Palantir Foundry. Not to mention saving days for terminally ill cancer patients. I literally have a video of Rishi Sunak saying this about Palantir, saving 30% wait times. The NHS contract is a massive, potentially $500 million plus. I think it's going to be worth over $1 billion once we get it. Now, there's so much red tape because of all these political groups that are absolutely hating on Palantir, and one of their criticisms is Palantir is going to have your data. However, Chad Palantard, shout out to you, finds this article. This article is written by The Guardian, and it says that NHS information was leaked on Facebook. So the question is, what is your problem with Palantir? Palantir considers data, your data, of the utmost urgency, and Palantir doesn't actually have access to your data. However, where is Foxglove now when they are completely shitting on Palantir when they're accusing them of something, but The Guardian puts out this article, where is Foxglove now? The NHS system is broken, and you need something drastic to fix it. And unlike many other companies, Palantir is literally doing that currently right now. They are literally on the field working with some of the hospitals in England currently right now, testing the product. And there's literally people from the United Kingdoms that are coming out, like head managers saying, yes, this absolutely works. And the risks and the rewards outweigh the risks or possible risks or so-called risks. But if you have data that is currently being leaked, what is the issue? And Palantir is going to make sure that that data is not leaked. Not to mention they don't have access to your data. So now you're going to say, well, Adam, that's all fine and dandy, but you're talking out of your ass. And to this, I'm going to say, I have an article. Palantard, shout out to him. He runs the Palantir Discord. Definitely check him out and follow him on Twitter. Finds this article. This article was put out by Merck. Back in 2017, Merck partners with Palantir, and they build on Palantir Foundry a product, a system, an open platform that backs up a technology company called Sanofi. And Sanofi gathers and analyzes data and exchanges that analyzed data, not only in a closed system, but in an open system. What does that mean? Not only does it allow employees, engineers, doctors, scientists, so on and so forth, to work within Merck and the entire Merck umbrella, but also outside to find cures to diseases, to come out with new medication. If you're unaware of what Merck is, they're a multi-$100 billion pharmaceutical company, one of, if not the largest pharmaceutical companies in the world. They are absolutely massive. And one of the engineers, I'm going to read you this article right now in just a moment by my desk, comes out and says that besides for Palantir actually working, mind you, 5 years already they've been working with Palantir. Besides for them actually working, Palantir takes security of data with the utmost importance, and that there is no security breaches. There is no data breaches. And I think that this is very important for us to understand and read these type of articles so that you understand that Palantir not only talks the talk, walks the walk, and actually does what it says it's going to do. It's going to make you more efficient by making you less inefficient. Palantir is going to protect your data, and Palantir does not have access to your data. Not to mention, they're going to make sure that there's different levels of clearance for the data that is being analyzed. 5 years ago, Merck started working with Palantir, and they're still working with Palantir, except 5 years later, they have an actual, viable, working platform and product that they're praising and giving a huge shout out to Palantir. I'm going to read you the article in just a moment. Just remember something. This seems to be a very ongoing thing right now where companies that actually work with Palantir are no longer saying, hey, I don't want to talk about Palantir because they're so taboo, blah, 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 blah. But now it's cool to work with Palantir. Palantir is the shit. Palantir is that AI technology. So now Palantir is the cool kid that you all want to be friends with in school. Before, Palantir was the outcast. Well, that outcast is no longer the outcast. They're just the cool kid. And I think more and more companies are going to be talking about the intricacies of Palantir and how amazing it is. Let's go over to my desk. I want to read this article, and I think it's very, very important for anybody that is investing in Palantir to actually understand the company as best as possible. It's not the easiest company to understand. I do my best job to explain it as best as I possibly can, and we have other fantastic YouTubers and Twitter personalities that are doing the same thing, but it's your job to do your own due diligence. And as always, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I qualified to give financial advice, nor would I even fucking want to give you financial advice. I just want to give you guys my own personal plays, and that's it. Do your own due diligence and be entertained. Let's go over to my desk. Before I go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to all our servicemen and women. Thank you so much for defending this country. Happy Memorial Day. I'm wearing my America shirt to support you guys. Shout out to the Wolfpack. Shout out to my man Cheeps, Hippo, Yankee, Vic, and anybody else that I forgot immediately from the Wolfpack. Thank you so much to everybody who is serving, has served, and will serve in the future. You guys sometimes are forgotten, and that is wrong. We love you so much. Thank you so much for supporting the country, and the country needs to support you. Again, shout out to Palantir. I thought it was Palantards. Definitely follow him at PLTRS_PALANTIR. He actually runs the Discord. Sign up to the Palantir Discord. They have an extremely vibrant community, or we have an extremely vibrant community. I am there as well. If you go a little bit lower, he puts this thing out right here, and this is a fantastic article. The article says, Merck Group and Palantir forge ahead with an open collaboration. I'm going to give you the synapse of the entire article. I actually use ChatGPT to do it, and then I'm going to give you some more information that's pertinent to this article. Merck Group, a global leader in life science, has partnered with Palantir Technologies to develop their first open source library. This venture is aimed at promoting internal collaboration among Merck's developers and boosting productivity and quality for software developers outside the company. So my question is, where is Snowflake? Where is Databricks? Where are they? This is a huge accomplishment, and it's being built on Palantir Foundry. Really amazing. Not just for Merck, but also for outside of Merck. Guys, for anybody that doesn't know what Merck is, this is Merck right here. Their current market cap is $281 billion. And if you go here on the right-hand side, they have 68,000 employees. 68,000 employees, over $40 billion of revenue. Merck is not small. Merck is a big motherfucking boy. And these are the companies that work with Palantir. We are going to slim it down, but right now we have the biggest, largest companies working with Palantir. I believe the top 20 clients are averaging 40 plus million off the top of my head with Palantir. These are huge contracts for Palantir. I'm not saying that's Merck's contract. I'm just saying, where is Databricks? Where is C3AI? Where is Snowflake? They're nowhere to be seen. The biggest, baddest companies that need the most serious software go to Palantir. Everybody that wants a joke or second best goes to all of those other shitty companies. The partnership also leverages the Palantir Foundry ecosystem, a platform that provides a suite of capabilities for integrating, visualizing, and analyzing the data. So it's not just about having your data, it's about doing something with your data, being smart with it, aka artificial intelligence of your data. Subbu Iyer, head of Analytics Center of Excellence at MilliporeSigma, a subsidiary of Merck, has emphasized the positive business impact of the analytics, including valuable insights that support colleagues, customers, and drive revenue generation. So let's just break that down. He's the head of this Center of Excellence, a subsidiary of Merck, and he's saying not only is the support of Palantir amazing, so it actually works, but he's saying it's good for colleagues, it's good for customers, crazy amount of insights, and it drives revenue growth. At the end of the day, what else can you ask for? Something that's good for the geese and the gander, good for you, your business, and good for your customers. And just to put the cherry on top, the icing on top of your cake, have your cake and eat it too. Palantir drives increasing revenue to your business. So my question is, who is not going to be using Palantir in the future? And why am I saying in the future? Because of this next statement. The collaboration between Merck and Palantir started in 2017 to accelerate research efforts for Synotrophy, a tech company providing comprehensive analytics approach for data gathering, analysis, and exchange. So Palantir builds things that are 5 years ahead. Remember we always say that? Well, they built something in 2017 that's currently working right now, 5+ years ahead. It's already 6 years since this thing started. But it's still working, the platform. And not only is it working for the company, it's working for the customers, and it's bringing in money. Money. At the end of the day, that's what matters. Money, profits, bottom line. Makes you more efficient by making you less inefficient. Well, how does that work? It gives you data that you can actually do something with, as opposed to just having a shit ton of data that you don't know how to comb through, that you don't know how to utilize. Partners develop software solutions for data administrative governance. The partners developed software solutions for data administration, governance, and stewardships, which laid the groundwork for further joint projects. As always, Palantir starts small and expands. One of these joint projects in the Athena platform, a secure collaboration data analytics platform for the semiconductor industry. Interesting. The open source library created by Merck and Palantir is a crucial part of the digitization strategy aimed at democratizing data provisions by eliminating complexity and providing a standardized set of developer tools. Again, standardized set of tools. One distinct point for all of your entire company. Not millions of different data points, but a funnel of where can you go for all of your data to make it as useful as possible. The library intends to lower the barriers of entry for data teams, enabling them to deliver better output and quality. In terms of security, this is very important. IR assures that Palantir platform places a high priority on security in the development of Palantir Foundry. Palantir's information security team has implemented an automated tool to identify and revoke tokens that are inadvertently leaked in source control on GitHub. This is the entire article. You guys can read this. Feel free. I'm just paraphrasing as per ChatGPT. Definitely you guys should check it out. But there is literally an entire paragraph about how secure Foundry is. What's quite funny to me is several things. People shit on Palantir's security without actually doing any research. These are not my words. These are the words of one of the largest corporations in the world. I mean, they are massive. They are definitely a top 25 company in the world. They're worth $300 billion right now. Nearly 70,000 employees. This is the head of this program analyzing and explaining Palantir not only works, they've been working from 2017 until now for the last 6 years, but that leads to other projects and other partnerships. On top of that, security is of the utmost urgency and importance when it comes to Palantir. Again, not just my words. These are the words of the article. It's absolutely absurd that you have these haters that don't know shit about Palantir analyzing Palantir, hating on Palantir, talking shit about Palantir, and wrongfully so comparing it to Bed Bath & Beyond. Palantir will never compete with Bed Bath & Beyond. Palantir, no matter what they do in life, will never be able to support 3 for $10 special. 3 shampoos for $10, you can't win. Palantir has no hope. So please stop comparing Palantir to Bed Bath & Beyond. Bed Bath & Beyond is by far a better company than Palantir. If you guys don't understand what Palantir does so far, let me just break it down really easy. They take extremely complicated shit and make it easy. They take a bunch of data and allow you to use it. Imagine you have a set of Legos. You take a huge bag of Legos, but not like 50 pieces or 100 pieces. Take a bag of 1 billion pieces of Lego and you throw it on the floor. How hard would it be for you to figure it out, to comb through the reds and the yellows and the oranges and the people and the hands and the heads and the hats and the platforms and the wheels and all the moving parts of a Lego set? Remember, 1 billion. So most platforms would be able to comb through all of this information, which Palantir can. Except the difference is Palantir takes it a step further, and as they're combing through all of this data to make sense of all these different pieces, they're actually already suggesting what you can build with these pieces. And the more pieces that it combs through, the more different variations and the more different projects and the better it makes you with what you can build. You understand the difference? You have a bunch of data. A lot of companies can comb through the data. Palantir is one of, if not the only one, that can comb through massive amounts of data. And while it's doing that, intuitively tell you what you can do with that data or explain to you what you can do with that data or how that data is useful or not useful. What's a pro and what's a con? That is the simplest possible way to explain the difference between Palantir and all of the competitors. It's easy to comb through data. It's very difficult to figure out what to do with that data to give you the highest efficiency rate, therefore making you less efficient, right? Less efficiency, more efficiency. There's a difference between becoming more efficient by decreasing inefficiencies than just to become more efficient. I keep explaining that to people. Again, I want to stress, not just my words. And Palantir starts small. 2017, working for 6 years and building on those existing partnerships, building on those existing relationships, increasing your total addressable market. Palantir is still super young, so everybody that's saying Palantir is overvalued may be currently right now on shit that we don't even know of in the background. However, there is so many things cooking in the kitchen in the back that we cannot say that it's undervalued or overvalued or any value, because at the end of the day, the value is in the eye of the beholder. And no, at the current price, I think we're fairly valued. I don't think we're overvalued. We'll see what happens. Next week, we have Artificial Intelligence Platform Con. What's going to happen there? What announcements are we going to get? Remember, the longer you're in Palantir, the more products they introduce, the bigger their TAM explodes. This AI revolution is upon us. It's not going anywhere. Look at what happened to NVIDIA. $1 trillion company. Already at a 52-week high, banging another 30% the last week. Is that not absolutely freaking insane? It is. Why? Everybody's about artificial intelligence, and at the end of the day, if you are about artificial intelligence, Palantir is one of, if not the only company, definitely like a handful, that can do what they do. But definitely the only company that can do it across commercial, government, military, and non-government military. Between commercial, government, non-military, and government military. And remember, the debt ceiling was raised and they're capping non-defensive government spending, but they're not capping defensive government spending, which means there's going to be more and more money going into defense, military, and Palantir by extension. Now, this is something that both Democrats and Republicans agree upon. The spending bill is going to keep going up because we need to ensure that the United States is number one in the world. And if you think that Palantir is going to benefit, which I think it's going to severely, massively benefit, not just commercially, but both military and non-military from government, both domestically and abroad, Palantir is not overvalued. Now, the price can go back down, it can go back up, it could double, it could triple, it could quadruple, or it can go to half of where it is. It doesn't make a difference right now. Nobody knows what happens because we don't know what's happening in the background. Thank you so much. Please click on the link down below. It's my Twitter handle. And please, if you guys want to buy me a cup of coffee, I have $3 channel membership. It really does help because it gives me enthusiasm and it makes me feel good when I make videos. So if you guys like that and you have a spare $3, become a channel member. YouTube takes $1. I get $2, which means I can buy myself a coffee. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you guys. Have a great day.